Hey, Samore Love Bugs. What's up? What's going on? You have now tuned into my Real Housewives of Atlanta recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe, because if you were subscribed to my channel before and you saw all my recaps, then you're probably not subscribed, because this is a brand new channel. Had to start from the bottom. So yeah, be sure to subscribe, and also please share this video wherever you like to share videos, because I'm trying to get my channel back together. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get into this recap, right? I'll put all links to all my social media and other stuff in the description area down below, so be sure to check that out, okay? Alright, so Todd and Candy, they were having like their little chit chat. They're kind of talking about her company and the people that are in her company, like her best friend, name is not coming to me at the moment, as well as Don Juan and the other guy who's the, what was he? I think he was the manager, assistant, or something like that. He was some kind of part of the company as well. So they kind of feel like they're slacking. They're not really doing what it is that they're supposed to be doing in order to take her to the next level. So she's like, okay, Todd, do you want to talk to them? But Todd's just like, nah, because then I'm going to be considered the a-hole, and I just don't want to do that. But he said he would agree to go to the meeting with her. And so once he decides to like chime in while they're in the meeting, Don Juan is getting all offensive, and he's taking it to the heart, like almost as though he's not allowed to say anything type of thing. And I'm like, at the end of the day, they are a partnership. That is her husband. So he does have a right to say what he feels is not working, if perhaps maybe she doesn't see it right away. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, he does have the authority to be able to say something if he deems it necessary. If they weren't falling off, he probably wouldn't have to say anything at all. So now Claudia Jordan, she's doing the Ricky Smiley show, because as we know, she's a radio personality for them. And Portia, she also is in that company, but I think she does a TV portion, and then Claudia does the radio part of it. So they kind of cross paths and they do see each other, and Claudia kind of feels like Portia's been giving her the cold shoulder lately and kind of being a little funny towards her, a little funny style. But it's funny because in the commentary, Portia was like that she does TV, Claudia does radio, and she was just like she wishes she could be what she is. She was like, the check speak for itself, pretty much. I'm like, but at the end of the day, Portia, she kind of took your spot, because now your picture ain't even in Real Housewives of Atlanta anymore in the intro. Now she's there. So let's not toot too much of your own horn. I mean, I like it and everything, but I just got to say it. It's the truth, you know? So anyways, now Portia, Nene, no, before that, it was Claudia, Cynthia, and Kenya. They hang out, and Claudia, she reveals how she felt that Portia was acting towards her during that part. And they were just, Kenya kind of gave her like, you know, well, maybe you should talk to her and see what it is. So I guess that's the reason why later on in the show they ended up having their little conversation, which it didn't really seem like it went too well to me. Like, it just seemed like Portia was kind of being really evasive. She didn't really want to talk too much about anything, especially not anything with Kenya Moore. And I totally understand what she's saying, because she's like, at the end of the day, that part is none of your business, because you weren't there, so you don't really have an input. You can't really say too much about that. Okay, so now it was Portia, Nene, Candy, and Phaedra. They go to the spa, and they talk about Portia's meeting with Cynthia and how Cynthia was acting all brand new and stuff. And Nene's just like, she doesn't know who that Cynthia is, but it's not really a good look on her, because she's trying to be the superstar, but it's not what it is for her. You know, it's almost like I said before, like almost like she's trying to take the new bad girl spot. You know, she's trying to be what Nene was in the beginning, because maybe she sees all the benefits and rewards that Nene got for being America's most hated Real Housewives of Atlanta individual, you know? So I guess that's the role she's trying to take over now, because now Nene's more so focused on getting them checks and them coins and them dollar bills, y'all. All right. So Nene, she also reveals that she thinks that Apollo is lying about lying, because I mean, to me, honestly, it does seem a little funny, and I don't know how I feel. Like, I don't know if I want to say that maybe he could be lying about lying. Maybe they had a little side conversation and she's like, yo, you really need to just get me off of all of this. Like, you're about to go to jail anyway, so you're about to be the liar. Why not just act like you was lying even more? You know, it's possible. But, I mean, it makes sense. It could add up, you know. But I don't know. I don't want to say that about her. Because, like, later on in the show, she did seem like this whole thing was really hurting her. Like, Kenya Moore was really hurting from all this. And, you know, we really saw, like, a really vulnerable side of her when she was talking to Candy. And she kind of broke down when she found out what Nene and then was saying. And I'm like, why is Candy even saying that? Like, Candy, you're not her real friend. So why is it that you feel the need to reveal things that you said in confidentiality with your friends? I don't know. I just feel like Candy could be a little messy sometimes. Like, she's cool and everything, but I feel like sometimes she says a little too much. Like, things that don't need to be said, because then it causes controversy, it causes problems, causes issues, causes people to not like other people. So Apollo and Peter, they meet up, and Peter tells him Apollo tells him that he's been staying away from Phaedra. Hasn't really seen her like that, and Peter's like, he would have done the exact opposite. If it was him, he'd have been around her 24/7, just for the simple fact that you're not going to be seeing her for a couple of years, man. You're not going to be seeing the kids or anything. Apollo reveals that she used to be ride or die for him back in the days. Like, before they had the kids and everything, when he just came home, she used to go visit him when he had his little ankle bracelet on, you know, on his Lindsay Lohan status, couldn't leave his apartment or anything like that. She would call him at 3 a.m. just to say if she could come over. Meanwhile, this dude was sleeping on an air mattress, you know, like real, like not being able to have anything type of thing, like just came home. And he's just like, you know, he's giving us a sob story. I mean, I understand what he's saying, but a lot of things have changed. And that was your first offense, you know. At the end of the day, that's when you just came back. She gave you an opportunity to become a better person, to show and prove that you were a better man, and you failed. So it's like, how many chances can you give somebody? You know, fool me once, like, okay, not even fool me once, because, all right, I gave you an opportunity, I fell for you, I was with you, I was ride or die, I was here for you. But then you just mess up and do the same thing that you did before? Nah, man, like, you're not gonna make me look stupid anymore. That's it. Like, now you just made me look like an idiot because people was already criticizing me for being with you after you just came home from jail. And I'm like, you know, an attorney general. She's not that big. Okay, let's not blow her up, you know. But she's an officer of the law, you know, one of those types of people. She's a lawyer or whatever. So, yeah, it's just making her look real bad at the end of the day. And it's like, I know she's probably hearing a lot of I told you so's and this and that, and it's probably pretty stressful for her because you can tell she's a person that likes perfection from the parties that she has. You know, those royal parties that she has and everything. She likes people to talk about her, but in a good, positive way. She wants people to remember her for the good. You know, and you can really tell she's like a perfectionist. Anyway, so then that's when the whole Claudia and Portia, they meet up, and we already spoke about that. So now we're going to talk back about Don Juan. So Don Juan, he speaks to Candy, and he tells her that he was upset that Todd was in the meeting. He shouldn't have been in the meeting with them. She's like, but hold on, like, he's my husband. If he wants to be in the meeting, he could be in the meeting. And he goes further to say that he's the one that's been there. He's like, yo, I don't have a say in everything that you do. Like, I didn't say that you should marry him or whatever. He's like, but you did it anyway. I'm like, who he thinking? Like, I feel like Don Juan really oversteps himself just a little bit. Like, I think that he has such a tight-knit relationship with Candy that he kind of feels like he's something that he's not. You know, like he runs her life when it's not even that serious. Like, he needs to chill out, fall back, and now she has somebody in her life that's going to be making a lot of decisions with her, like it or not. You know what I'm saying? He was, well, let's not even get into that part yet. So he was saying how he didn't go to his mother's wedding, he planned her wedding. He didn't go to his mother's birthday party, but he planned her birthday party. Like, he's like, oh, he does everything for her. And I guess he feels like he's not appreciated. But at the end of the day, even if you're doing these things, they don't give you permission to slack and lack in other areas, you know what I'm saying? So I think that that's where the communication is kind of getting messed up. And I feel like he's going hard, and she kind of allows him to go off on these tyrants and and just say all kind of craziness. That's why he thinks it's acceptable. Like, there's so many bosses that would not allow it. Like, he would have been fired if he was talking to like Nicki Minaj or Beyonce or Donald Trump. Like, you couldn't talk to them like that, or Sean P. Diddy Combs. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, who else? So then later on, he had a chat with Todd, and at first he was real like on his aggressive mode, had his little wall up. He was just like saying, oh, you know, you shouldn't have been there, and if I'm having a conversation with Candy, you don't need to be there, and this, and I'm like, but hold up, wait a minute, like, here he go again. But Todd, once he finally allowed Todd to speak and he actually listened to what Todd was saying, Todd is actually telling him very good advice, like, okay, instead of putting everything on your shoulders, so you can't go here, you can't do this because you have to go here, otherwise nothing's going to go down. Perhaps you should get a good team in play. That way you can delegate responsibilities and everything's no longer on your shoulder. You can have free time to do other things. You could have went to your mother's wedding and had these people and know that they was going to do what they were supposed to be doing, but you didn't have it done or set properly for that to be able to be done. So that's where you messed up, bro. You know, and then I feel like finally he kind of got it eventually after they had their conversation for a little while, and he's like, you know, I'm happy that Todd sees that I do everything, and he's acknowledging that, and maybe one day he can step up on the ladder and look me in the eye. I'm just like, here you go with the jabs. Like, come on, Don Juan. You have to go, you have to do that. Really though? So yeah, Candy and Kenya Moore, this was like pretty much the last scene. They meet up to do some kickboxing classes. I remember I used to do some kickboxing classes. Kind of made me feel like, yes, I gotta do this again, because I've been on my diet flow, y'all. On one of my channels, if you look at my Samore Love drama channel, I've been doing my my fitness journey there. So you can definitely check that out. If you go on my channel page, you'll see it. It's Samore Love drama. Is this Samore Love drama? Yes, that's the one. Alright, but yeah, they were doing like little kickboxing and everything. Kenya Moore really has a nice body. I think that she's been working out a lot lately. Maybe perhaps to make sure that she has her good self-defense mode up, and just in case if anything goes down ever again with anybody, she's good. You know what I'm saying? But they kind of get into the part where Candy decides to bring up everything about what Nene and all them was talking about. And this is what I was talking about earlier. And she just totally like breaks down about it. Like, why don't they just let me be? You know, he said that he lied, and why can't they just believe it? Like, they just want me to be this little scarlet whore for forever. You know, what they painted me to be, that's what they want me to continue to be. And it's messed up. And she was like pouring down with tears. I actually believed her when she was talking. So, I mean, if she was lying, then she's a good actress. I mean, she is an actress at the end of the day, or used to be an actress, right? She was in some movie or movies, I guess, from what she said in previous seasons. But yeah, that was pretty much the end of it. It wasn't like no out of control type of episode. I'm looking forward to when they all meet up, and I think that's going to be the next episode, when Cynthia and Nene and everybody just gets together, because that's when, you know, the drama go come out, you know? So I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens with that. Alright guys, once again, share and all that other good stuff, and stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Later.